This is the chilling story of the manananggal who feasted on unborn babies. And it starts in a town in the Philippines where our main character, Maria, is about to get married to the man she loves. Unfortunately, for some reason, her groom didn't come and nobody could find him. Worried and scared, refusing to be heartbroken, she searched for her missing soon-to-be husband until she finally found him in the arms of another woman. The worst part, the woman was pregnant with his baby. He was cheating on her. But even in this moment, Maria refused to accept it and begged for her fiancé to come back to her.
Please come back to me. You said you loved me.
The cheating couple didn't care. They humiliated her and dragged her out of their home.
I will not give up.
The next day, when Maria came back, they went someplace far, so she couldn't find them. It was then when this heartbroken woman cursed herself and became the manananggal.
Give me wings to find them. Give my tongue the power to tell them about my agony. Let me exact my revenge. I will give up all the joys in the world if I am given what I need.
The pain and anger inside her was so strong that her body was torn into two. Bat-like wings sprouted from her back. Her tongue grew long and powerful. She became a creature with extreme strength and heightened senses. She could now fly and find her groom and his lover. But her power could only survive at night. By sunrise, she grew weak and her skin burned, all until she was able to come back to her bottom half and return to her normal-looking self. As a cursed creature, manananggal could no longer feel joy. She couldn't sleep, she couldn't eat. Her mouth burned from the simple joys of flavors of food, especially with garlic and salt. Instead, she craved blood, she craved flesh. But above all, she craved nothing more than finding the two people who hurt her the most. Until it finally happened. She found them hiding in a hut in the woods in a small community. It was in that moment when she felt an unbelievable hunger to kill. She fixated on the woman's pregnant belly and couldn't stop herself. Her tongue ripped the woman's stomach apart and ate the baby. She was about to rip through her groom's heart too, but her skin started to burn from the rising sun. She had to go back to her lower body and left. When the man woke up to his murdered lover and what's left of their baby, he was in shock. Quickly after, he buried the bodies without a clue that it was Maria who did the unthinkable. One day, Maria came back to her lover, pretending that she had just found out about what happened.
Be with me again and I will take care of you. I will help you move on.
Vulnerable and lonely, he invited her into his new home. But he noticed something strange in her. He saw her skin getting blisters when she accidentally held some garlic. He saw her throw up blood when he fed her food with salt. Worse, he saw her always leaving late at night and arriving before sunrise with blood on her mouth. That was when more victims turned up in the rest of the town. Pregnant women whose bellies were ripped apart, just like what happened to his lover. When the hunt for the monster began, the groom noticed Maria becoming more fearful. And so, one night, curious and suspicious, he followed her into the woods. He saw how she screamed in agony, ripping her body in half. He saw her back sprout wings. He saw her tongue grow long and powerful. He saw her murdering another pregnant woman and eating the unborn child. And worst of all, he saw her noticing him.
You did this to me!
Luckily for him, he was able to escape from her. And as he ran, he remembered something. He went into one of the houses and took a jar of salt and a braid of garlic. Then he ran where Maria's bottom half was waiting and poured the jar of salt onto it. Maria caught up to him, shrieking in pain. She could feel her insides burning from the salt. She tried to attack him, but her hands burned from the braid of garlic around his neck. At that moment, people from the community woke up from her screams, scared, but finally seeing with their own eyes that there was a monster in their town. They tried to fight her, but she was too strong. That was until the sun started to rise. There was nowhere to hide.
No, this can't be happening.
Maria started burning. Her screams sounded like she had flames in her throat. Her thighs ignited. Her feet burned so fast they couldn't hold her legs. Until Maria turned into embers, and then into ashes, and then into dust, quickly disappearing with the wind, as if she never existed, as if this monster was just an imagination. But that community never forgot, and they told the story over and over to lovers, to kids, not to scare them, but to remind them to be good people, to never cheat on your loved ones, to never be overpowered by the need for revenge. A story that, Night Fam, many people should hear and fear.